Good evening and welcome to Westport Middle High School for tonight's girls basketball game between the visiting Atlantis Charter Titans and your Westport Wildcats. Westport is proud member of NIA and believes that proper sportsmanship should be displayed at all times. Please assist us in showing good sportsmanship throughout the contest by refraining from derogatory remarks towards participants, coaches, officials, and other fans. The NIA targeting and taunting policy will be strictly enforced. Thank you and enjoy the game. And now the starting lineup for the Atlantis Charter Titans. Number 0, Olivia Aguilar. Number 1, Hartley Cordero. Number 4, Jasmine Corrado North. Number 11, Ella Ellison. And number 14, Adriana Bates. The Titans are led by head coach and Jen Santos, assisted with Lizzie Childs. And now, the starting lineup for the Westport Wildcats. Number 12, the senior, Tess Sylvia. Number 21, senior, Jenna Egby. Number 1, senior Julia George. Number 5, sophomore Kylie Hazel. And number 24, senior Zoe Sylvain. The Wildcats are led by head coach Sandra Rulo and assisted by Tyler Barton. Would you please rise if you can for the playing of our national anthem, led by Pep Band Director Chris News and your Westport Pep Band.
Good evening and welcome back to another presentation of Westport Varsity Girls Basketball. Tonight, the 4-1 Lady Wildcats look to continue their win streak at home here against the Atlantis Charter Titans, the first matchup between these two teams this season. Tonight, helping to cheer on the Wildcats and spread school spirit is the Westport Wildcat cheerleading squad and the Westport High School Pep Band. Starting lineup for the Wildcats tonight is number 1, senior captain Julia George. Number 5, sophomore Kylie Hazel. Number 12, Tess Sylvia. Number 21, Jenna Egby. And number 24, Zoe Sylvain. Game underway here. Westport with the ball, no problem. George is going to fire one for 2. Comes a little bit long, but she's going to be helped up by Egby. Egby's rebound falls just over the rim, and it's rebounded by Hartley Cordero for the Tritons. A lot of pressure by the Wildcats so far. And a loss of possession already against Atlantis Charter. Wildcats back with the ball. Sylvain, a great ball handler for this Wildcat squad. Julia George will take one 4-3. Rolls off the rim, rebounded by Sylvain. Egby needs help. Will be a jump ball. Jump ball will go to Atlantis Charter. Good job, Tess Sylvia that time sticking with her man. Number 4 for Atlantis Charter will fire one up that time. It's no good. First points of the game, number 24, Zoe Sylvain from off the paint, or from off the clear. 2-0 Wildcats with 6:57 left to play in the first quarter. Sylvain almost had 2 more. She's going to be helped up by Hazel. And finally, Zoe Sylvain with the putback. 4-0 Wildcats. Full court press has worked out excellent for the Wildcats this year. Ball almost stolen that time by Hazel. And Julia George comes rushing in to take the ball back for the Wildcats. Timeout taken by Atlantis Charter. Great start to the game for the Wildcats. A 6-0 start. All 6 of those points coming from Zoe Sylvain. Even just looking at these two teams, Westport physically looks much larger than the Atlantis Charter squad. So the Tritons will have a little difficulty tonight trying to muscle their way past the Wildcats, especially when you got some great defensive players like Tess Sylvia, Jenna Egby, and Julia George. Back after the timeout, number 0, Olivia Aguiar, will inbound it here for the Tritons. Pass to Allison for the Tritons. She loses it. Tess Sylvia has it. And she lays it in for 2. 8-0 Wildcats with 6:08 left to go in the first quarter. Atlantis Charter struggling here to get the ball over the half-court line. Jump ball will go towards the Wildcats. Julia George was left wide open there. Luckily for Atlantis Charter, some players got on there. Zoe Sylvain is now wide open. Her 3 will go long, and it will be rebounded by number 14, Adriana Bates, for the Tritons. Now Bates loses it. She's able to get it back out onto the perimeter. Verdero's shot comes up short. She'll try another. That one also comes up short. Keeps it in bounds. And taken back for the Wildcats by Tess Sylvia. Great pass by Sylvain to Hazel. Hazel gets her first points of the game, and it is 10-0. Wildcats up with 5:11 left to play in the first quarter. Great tip by Zoe Sylvain. She's going to steal it. It's been some awesome teamwork. Great passing under the rim by the Wildcats so far, trying to help each other out. Just great communication all around. Pass by Allison to Bates, goes long. Miscommunication there. Bates was not ready for that pass out in no man's land. Ball sticks with Atlantis Charter. They'll get another chance here. Inbounding is Aguiar. Sylvain gets a hand on it. Now has it stolen, charging down the lane. Layup comes just long. Julia George from downtown sinks it off the glass. Julia George with her first points of the game. 15-0. Westport up with 4:11 left to play in the first quarter. Well, there must have been at least half a dozen turnovers so far this game, all on Atlantis Charter. Awesome defense by Westport. So ball goes back to the Tritons after a slight error by the Wildcats. It's not going to matter that much, though, when you're up by 15 points. Sylvain tips it again. She's going to pickpocket it. Ooh, ball pinballs around a little bit. And now it's Jenna Egby all alone. And one for Jenna Egby. She'll go to the line. 17-0. She'll look to make it 18. So Atlantis Charter still looking for their first points of the night. Ooh, that one slides off. A little too much grease on the ball that time. It would be tipped last there by the Wildcats. Oh, looks like maybe Atlantis Charter. I think Atlantis Charter was at least thinking they had that ball. Ooh. Cordero's going to tip it that time. George takes it back, now fighting her way to get back over the line. Great pass by Egby out to Sylvain. Sylvain just long, and Hazel goes in for the rebound that time, but it's slapped out of her hands. I must say, great job by the Wildcats, though, in the first 5 minutes of gameplay, fully taking control of this game. Inbound pass here by Sylvain. And Sylvain sinks two more in. 19-0 Wildcats. 3:02 left to play here, first quarter. Great snatch by Hazel that time. Egby is going to size up the defender that time, muscle her way to the rim. 21-0. Wildcats continue to dominate here. Ooh, Cordero can't keep control of the ball. So Wildcats get the ball back here pretty quick. Timeout taken by the Wildcats. It's timeouts like this you have to think you're probably just giving your players a chance to catch a breath, you know, maybe have them regroup for a second. Want them to maintain the lead, but you want them to stay organized. So make sure they're executing plays well. I must say, though, Westport Wildcat Pep Band has done an excellent job performing tonight. Same for the cheerleaders. All right, quite a few substitutions made by the Wildcats here. Tess Sylvia and Jenna Egby will stay in, but in comes number 15, Sophia Rigo, number 20, Luna Silvera, and looks like number 13, Alexis Vieira. So, Wildcats giving a chance for the bench to work it out here. That one tipped by Cordero. While driving to the rim, she can't sink the shot. Pass from Vieira that time intended for Sylvia is tipped. Triton's back with the ball here. Bates has it. She's struggling, though. Can't get by the defense. Jump ball. It'll be a Triton ball. Cordero fires one from deep. That one rattles off. Atlantis Charter still scoreless here. With 1:48 left to play here in the first quarter, it is still 21-0. Wildcats in command, and they have the ball. And a 3-second paint violation called against the Wildcats. So Atlantis Charter back with the ball here. Cordero tries to pass one out to Aguiar that time, and Tess Sylvia intercepts it. Ooh, layup comes up just short. Rebounded by Aguiar that time. Cordero fires one from deep. That one can't sink either. It'll be Jenna Egby crashing the boards that time. 1:05 left to play here first quarter. Still 21-0. And travel called against Silvera that time for the Wildcats. It's a nice shot, just took an extra step there. Cordero back with the ball for the Tritons, and under a minute left to go here. She'll trip. Ball goes out, and it looks like it'll stay with the Tritons. Cordero drives in. The pass intended for Tato Grant is tipped out that time, so it'll stay with Atlantis Charter. Cordero searching for a man here. Looking. Finds Grant. Cordero. Ooh, shot goes just off the bottom of the glass that time. And Egby is there to inbound it. Or sorry, rebound it. Here we go. Ooh, drives in. Miscommunication that time. Looks like she probably intended that pass for Tess Sylvia. Sylvia's working her way out to the perimeter. That'll give the ball back to Atlantis Charter. Shot clock is off here. First points of the game for Atlantis Charter. Jayla Vasquez, number 13. So it is now 21-2. Wildcats up here, and they have 9 seconds left on the clock. Here we go. Drives in, is going to lose it. Fires. Ooh, almost. Great first quarter for the Wildcats. Look to continue it going into the second. 21-2 if you're just joining us now. The Wildcats dominating on both sides of the ball. All right, little bit of a different lineup for the Wildcats heading into the second quarter here. They will get the ball first. It'll be number 3, Emily Sowersby, number 30, Ava Coteau, and in for the Wildcats stays number 13, Alexis Vieira, and number 24, Zoe Sylvain. Also up for the Wildcats is number 22, Lauren Silvera. So Wildcats to start off the second quarter here have the ball. Sowersby works it back out to Coteau. And it's tipped by Aguiar. Aguiar is going to have to pump the brakes that time. Travel called, can't contain the ball. So Wildcats back with the ball. Up by 19 here. Looking to extend that lead. Sylvain drives in, maintains control. It's going to get 2 more. Sylvain's point count has got to be at least in the double digits at this point. It's now 21-2, 23-2. Wildcats up. Grant fires one from up close. And it comes up short. Triton still have the ball, though. Cordero. That was a pass back out to Correo. Cordero. Pass to Grant. Now Correo fires. Comes up short. Bates is going to get stopped there. Lady Wildcats get the ball back. 6:57 left here in the first half or second quarter, whatever you choose to call it, and it is 23-2. Wildcats with the ball working around the perimeter here. A little more pressure in the second quarter so far, and at the end of the first quarter from Atlantis Charter. They're starting to stop the Wildcats. Of course, the Wildcats do have quite a bit of their bench out on the paint right now, but still, competition's starting to rev up here for Atlantis Charter. 23-4 now. Wildcats still up by 19. Sarsby has the ball tipped that time by Cordero. Sarsby inbounds it to Sylvain. Sylvain's going to drive it in. And it's going to get stopped in her tracks that time. So Wildcats with the ball here, but they got 6 seconds left to shoot. 3 seconds left. Sylvain takes it in for another layup just in the nick of time. 25-4. Wildcats back up by 21 with 5:40 left to go here in the second quarter. Cordero high pass to Aguiar. Aguiar fires. That one in and out. Rebound by Bates. Triton still have it. Cordero fires another one. And that one's going to slide off. Wildcats let that one go. Smart play. Sarsby fires a deep two. Ooh, that one rattles around, just can't land. Atlantis Charter will get the ball here once they're able to recover the ball. Creo works around a few of the Wildcats and lays one in. 25-6. Atlantis Charter back down by 19. Wildcats back with the ball here. 4:42 left on the clock. Sarsby, another deep two. That one lands. She avenges the last shot. 27-6 now. Looks like a whole court swap is coming up here for the Wildcats. Cordero tries to muscle her way through, drops down two more. So Atlantis Charter starting to cut down the deficit. 27-8, Wildcats still up. Sylvain, no one under the paint. She's gonna have no problem getting to that one. 29-8. Wildcats continue to dominate. Whole swap here by the Wildcats. Looks like number 5, Kylie Hazel. Number 1, Julia George. Number 4, Brooke Crocker. Number 23, Jenna George, and number 25, Brianna Soares, are all in for the Wildcats now. Brianna Soares will get her first points of the game after less than even 10 seconds of play, 31-8. She'll land 2 there from off the clear. 3.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Aguiar saves that one from going out of bounds. Cordero. A lot of passing on the baseline here. Aguiar fires a deep 2. That one rattles off. Eventually taken back by the Lady Wildcats. Julia George in control with the ball here. She's going to find her younger sister. Gets control of the ball, but it's tipped. And jump ball. Great job by Soares that time getting on top of the ball for the Wildcats. However, jump ball will go to the Tritons. Still 31-8. Wildcats starting to get a few points on the board. Tritons starting to get a few points on the board. But still very much a Westport Wildcat game here. Brianna Soares, 2 more. 33-8 now. 2:31 left to play in the first half. Cordero finds Cordero. She's right on the line there, and it's tipped right out of her hands and pickpocketed by Soares. Great pressure by the Wildcats, forcing Cordero that time to choke up the ball. Crocker looking for someone to pass it to. She's going to give it to Hazel. Hazel, uncontested, goes down. Some last-minute defense there by Atlantis Charter. That'll be the first foul of, I do believe, this quarter. There's been quite a few times on defense this game, a few holes in the defense for Atlantis Charter. That's got to be the 3rd time now, and Hazel drove in down the lane. There was no one there in the paint to contest the Westport player. So that is something Atlantis Charter is going to have to fix tonight if they want a shot at coming back here. However, Hazel is going to sink her first. She has the second here. Look to make it 35-8. She's going to fire. It's a high one and gets in no problem. 35-8 with 1:54 left to go here in the first half. That one taken back by Julia George. She was ready to intercept that one. A double dribble called against George will bring the ball right back down to the far side of the court. Aguiar to inbound. Aguiar finds Cordero. That's a deep 2, but that one gets tipped by Hazel. Jenna George takes the ball back. It's going to be a flip pass to her sister. Julia George at the helm now in control. Soares, not a lot of pressure that time. A few high passes there. Ball falls out of bounds in favor of the Tritons. It's interesting to see how Westport opened up this game with a very, very well executed full court press, and ever since they've slowed down, giving time for their defense to kind of settle back, protect more of the perimeter. Aguiar deep 2 that time. She'll sink that one from off the clear. 35-10. Under a minute left to play here in the half. Wildcats up by 25. And not a problem in the world so far for this team. Crocker deep 2. That one rolls off. Number 13, Vasquez for the Tritons, tried to get a hand on that one, get a defensive rebound, but no good. Deep 3 by Hazel that time, bounces off the iron. Atlantis Charter has the ball, 15 seconds left on the clock, and the shot clock is off. Jump ball to the Wildcats. So we'll see what they can do here in 7 seconds. But it looks like the score is going to be 35-10 heading into the half. Not a lot of stops to play this game. Julia George tried to get one off that time, comes up just short. So, at the half, Westport crushing it, 35-10. It's just been great all around. We've got to see a lot of new players get some varsity starts here, try to figure out the game of basketball, honestly. It's been great to see these players grow throughout this game. Quite a few of them have quite a few points. And we will see more basketball action after the break. All right, and we are back for a second half of action. To start the third quarter here, Atlantis Charter has the ball. Bates fires a deep one from at the top of the key and bounces off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. If you're just joining us now, Westport is up 35-10. They had a fantastic first half. There are hopes that that continues in the second half here. Shot clock starting to wind down here for the Wildcats. Vieira lays one in. That was a far layup, and it's going to come up just short. Rebounded by number 4, Garant for the Atlantis Charter. Rebound by Jenna Egby that time. Both teams so far scoreless in the second half. Ooh. Vieira can't lock down on the ball, so it'll go through her hands and back to the Tritons. Aguiar in trouble and tried to pass it to her teammate, but Egby's going to get there and steal it for the Lady Wildcats. Rigo, that one drops in. 37-10, first points of the third quarter for the Wildcats. Aguiar loses it that time. Lady Wildcats back with the ball. Tess Sylvia in control. Wildcats have taken a very slow approach to the game. For most of the game, actually, besides those first few minutes in the first quarter. Another great shot there. It's going to be 39-10 now. Wildcats bordering a 30-point lead here against conference opponent Atlantis Charter. Great pressure from Tess Sylvia. She's keeping him in no man's land. Excellent footwork. And Atlantis Charter's having some trouble here working the ball. Tipped into the hands of Jenna Egby. Egby takes it down. She's not going to stop. And lays it in for 2 more. 41-10. 31-point lead here for the Wildcats. 5:34 left on the clock here in the third quarter. Well, Bates was thinking about shooting one that time, but had 3 Wildcat defenders on her, and no good. Shot by Aguirre that time. No good. Rebounded by Rigo. Ooh. Pass by Vieira. A little too high for Rigo that time. She can't contain it. It'll be an Atlantis Charter ball. Ooh, Correa left open that time. Shot goes long, but Bates rebounded. She's going to snap the ball that time. So Triton still have it. Cordero fires a 3 right on the line. It's tipped out of bounds. Aguiar can't contain the ball. Another entire lineup switch for the Wildcats. That's the second one this game. It's games like this that are really great for coaches like Coach Gargiulo, where they get to experiment with different players and different lineups, see how different combinations work, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and how to learn from them. 2 more for the Lady Wildcats. It is 43-10. Yeah, it's games like this when you're up by 30-something points that you can really start to experiment. And it helps you in games where they might be close. You might be playing teams that are right up to your skill level or even better. Rebounded by Courteau that time for the Lady Wildcats. Jenna George takes it down. And 4 off the clear for 2. 45-10. Wildcats up with 3:35 left in this third quarter. I think in total this game there might have been only 2 fouls between both of these teams, and both were against Atlantis Charter. Very few stops to play. I know I said that earlier, but it continues to be the case. 8 seconds left on the shot clock here for the Tritons. You got to get something off. Cordero will, just in the nick of time, 45-12. And timeout taken here with 3:06 left to go. Now, another performance by the Westport Wildcat Pep Band, led by director Chris Nunes. Great performance that time, too, by the Westport Wildcat cheerleading squad. All right, Wildcats with the ball back after the timeout. Sylvania inbound it here to Sowersby. So Sowersby will take it down here for the Wildcats. And she's going to drive down the lane and knocks down 2 more. Westport, 35-point lead, 47-12, and 2:50 left to play here in the third quarter. Ooh, high pass by Cordero to Correa. Ooh. Pass that time, little too high for Cordero. Ball back to the Wildcats. Sylvain at the controls this time. Soursby drives it in again, and that shot goes just long. Sylvain tried to help her teammate out that time, but it will be taken back by the Tritons by Olivia Aguiar. Cordero inside to Grant. Jenna George trying to grab the ball just in time, but it will roll off her hands. She can't contain it, so ball sticks with Atlantis Charter on the baseline here. 1:28 left to play here. Clock did not stop that time. Foul called that game. Looks like that time it's going to be a slap on the arm. Vasquez goes to the line. I'm pretty sure this is the first time tonight for Atlantis Charter. First one goes up just short. Still is the second, though. Every point's going to matter if they want to cut down the Wildcat lead. The second one's going to grace the net. So it will remain 47-12. 1:16 left. Wildcat ball. And 1:16 left in the third quarter. Sorry. Sylvain's going to take it in herself. Ooh, that one falls by the wayside. It's going to rebound her own shot. Sylvain has it back on the perimeter. Trying to create opportunities for teammates. Courteau takes one for two. That one comes up short. Ooh. Ball's kind of bouncing around here a little bit between the Wildcat players. Ooh, and that one snagged by Correa, so she's going to pickpocket Courteau that time on the way down. No contest. That one rattles in. 47-14. Still a 33-point lead for the Wildcats. Shot clock is off here in the third quarter, and there's 20 seconds left. George contains the pass, and pass into Sylvain. She's able to get it. It's tipped out with 11 seconds left.
And it looks like it's going to
be a Triton ball. Cordero pass to Correo. That one bounces way off the iron up in the air. And now Sylvain's going to race down, fire one just in time. End of the third quarter. And Wildcats up 47-14. Very much still in control of this game and ready for the final 8 minutes of play here tonight. Now, heading into the fourth quarter here, as it looks like the Wildcats are in very good standing. If they win this game tonight, they will advance to 5-1 and then play conference opponent Holbrook on Friday. If they look to win that one, they'll get a 6-1 start to the season, and about that point, you'll be still pretty early on in January. Great standing for the Wildcats. They've had a great start to their season. Lady Wildcats will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. And Hazel will inbound it to Julia George. Wildcats going to work it around the three line here. Ooh, Aguiar is going to strip the pass that time intended for Julia George. Cordero catches the high pass that time, and it's a swish from the far sideline. by number 0 Cordero for the Tritons. It's now a 30-point game with 7:23 left to play here. Brontosaurus takes back the pass. Ooh. And it's going to get roughed up a little bit on her way to the rim. So go to the line for 2. Soares takes her first. That one falls by the wayside. Still is your second, though. Look to extend the Wildcat lead here. That one comes up just short, and Jenna George tried to get a hand on it. However, that will not work in her favor. Ball goes to Atlantis Charter. So still 47-17 here. Wildcats up by 30. George got a hand on the ball that time, but it still made its way to Grant. And Jenna George steals the ball that time. It's a great strip. Soares takes it in. And that one sinks. 49-17. Wildcats up by 32 now with 6:28 left to play here in the game. Creo has it at the top of the key for the Tritons. He's looking for an option. Just going to pass it way inside. Had 2 Wildcat defenders. That was a risky pass. Creo takes it in on the paint. She's going to fire one up that time. And it's rebounded by Jenna George. Hazel takes it in. Ooh. Shot comes up just short. Looks like she lost her balance. So layup's going to come up short, rebounded by Cordero, who fires a jumper. Rebounded by Crocker. Well, Cordero is going to snag it. Despite there not being too many fouls this game, and I really mean that, there has been barely any, this game has still managed to be very physical with both these teams playing very clean basketball. After a timeout, there's 5:38 left in the game, and Wildcats up by 32 still. Lady Wildcats with the ball back after the timeout. Ooh, Cordero's going to intercept it that time. It's going to have to make it by Julia George. Her shot comes up short, rebounded by Kylie Hazel. Great job by Julia George that time, not giving up. And it's going to stop Cordero's breakaway. Brontosaurus, nobody there to stop her. 2 more. 51-17. Cordero, high 3, and it's going to arc right over the rim. Looks like some substitutions going to be made here by the Wildcats. Creo tried to steal it that time out of the hands of Crocker. In come Rigo and Sowersby. Out come Hazel and Julia George. 4:24 left to play here in the fourth quarter. And it's still 51-17, Wildcats up on Atlantis Charter. Cordero, her three, tried to take it from the far line again. That one's going to roll off. Lady Wildcats back with the ball. Few shots taken there by the Wildcats. Can't sink one, but they're going to stick with the ball. Big substitution made by Atlantis Charter. Looks like their bench is going to come in. Rigo looking. Finds Soares. Ooh, Soares. Sorry, that was Jenna George that time. Soares was right there, though, looking to help her out. She'll take it in now. Ooh, that one goes in and out. Unlucky bounce. And no one there to take the pass, so looks like the Wildcats going to lose possession here. 3:15 left to go here in the matchup. Wildcats still up 51-17 and don't have too many worries right now. Creo drives in, try to slink her way past some of the Wildcat defenders. It's going to go down. Stays Triton ball. And ball stolen that time. Crocker driving down now. She's going to get stopped, fires, and it comes up short. Still Wildcat ball, though. Wildcats going to have the ball here back after the timeout. Rigo, quick pass to Soursby. Wildcats have it out on the perimeter. Pass to Crocker, 4-2. That one sinks in. Bench is happy about that one. Great to see the chemistry on this Wildcat team. All very supportive, very positive on the court. It's great to see some of the older players being positive role models on the court, considering there's quite a few young players on this team. 1:46 left to play here. Wildcats up 57-17 and back in possession. Sorry, 53-17. Soares has two more. Soares has done a great job today inside the paint. It's just been fantastic. Layup after quick shot. Ooh, Creel trying to pass at that time. She's going to go down. Ooh, high pass that time. Teamwork by Soursby, and George is going to take it back for the Lady Wildcats. Rigo deep two, and it's a swish. 57-17, 50 seconds left here on the clock. Quick substitution made here by Atlantis Charter. And we are in the final seconds now of the game. Got 48 seconds left on the clock. Cordero fires from deep, and it's not going to land. Rebounded by Soares. Wildcats have the ball here in the final 30 seconds of play. And you can hear the orders from Miss G just to work the ball around. Soares still trying to go in for the layup, and the shot clock is off here with 13 seconds left to go. Both teams trading possession here as the shot clock and clock run down. Cordero fires, and that will be it. Wildcats dominate against Atlantis Charter tonight. 57-17 is the final score. Wildcats now improve to 5-1 on the season, and it's a 5-game win streak. They look to continue that and make it 6 on Friday when they're back here at home against the Holbrook Bulldogs. Great job all around by the Wildcats tonight. Till next time, I'm Jack Keene, and this has been Westport Wildcat Basketball.